All right, we're in the F15 in some simulator, playing on Vietnam right now. That's the map. Running pretty low on fuel, so we got to make this landing. Love the way this thing flies as far as like energy retention. You can tell there's two different distinct um, types of like energy retention in terms of the F16 and the F15, right? So F15, you can just feel the sheer power of the engines. Um, and that pretty much is what carries the speed of this thing. And then the F16 is, I believe, is the airframe and the weight to thrust ratio is what makes it so good as far as energy retention in that sense. So F15 is obviously a little bit heavier. It's like a heavy fighter. And we're gonna making our final approach here. Give us a little bit of flaps, and let's go to automatic leveling. And I'm not even touching the joystick right now. I'm just letting it land itself. Touch down, and now I'm gonna pull back on the brake now. So our loadout for the day is we're kind of doing a little bit of a multi roll. Um, we're carrying Mavericks, so we're carrying 6 Mavericks, and to complement our 6 Mavericks, we have one GBU 62, I want to say 64. GBU 64, the 2,000 pounder glide bomb. If I'm not mistaken, they just tested something the U.S. Navy, I want to say. They just tested something called the GBU um, XY LR. What I mean by XY is it could be GBU 64 LR, it could be GBU 54 LR, whatever. But it's a GBU, um, and it is apparently a glide bomb that can go like 200 or 300 miles with no propulsion. I'm guessing. I don't know how that's possible, but that's I guess is what they how they tested it. I'm assuming it's on a platform that can go Mach 2. It's Mach 2 capable, and I'm sure that's on a altitude that they dropped it at. What a pretty good altitude, right? So probably above 20,000 feet. But this is what our loadout is: one GBU on the center line of the aircraft on the belly. Then we're carrying two C5s, or excuse me, we're carrying four C5s and then two Bravos. Then we're carrying obviously the AIM-9Ms and again the AGM 65D, which is the IR Maverick. Um, this loadout. I made a few more loadouts as far as like air to ground. This loadout right here is the one with the 130 AGM 130 Alpha, 130 Alpha 12. It's probably other variants with different types of propulsion and all that thing. But yeah, obviously you can see that this has the conformal fuel tanks with the four C5s and the two AIM-9Ms on the inner pylons. Um, then we have this one right here with the AGM 130, one AGM 130, and then one GBU 15 V2 slash B. So I'm pretty sure that's actually like a naval bomb. I'm thinking. Could be wrong about that, but again, on the center pylon, we're carrying that GV64 glide bomb. Then this one right here, we have one AGM 65 Maverick. We're carrying four AIM-9Ms. We're carrying four AIM-9 Bravos, or AIM-120 Bravos. Then we're carrying the EGBU 24, which is the bunker buster with the penetrator. And then to supplement that, again, we have the AGM 130. So Moving on to the bottom two with the AGM, excuse me, with the GBU 39s, the small diameter bombs. This one I'm carrying a mix of different bombs um with no air to air. So usually you wouldn't see this, but because I'm carrying these bombs right here, the GBU 15s, it's not going to allow me, at least in War Thunder, doesn't allow me to carry any air to air munitions if I have the GBU 15. Okay, that's kind of unfortunate. But anyway, the way I would probably play this is I would probably just do like a long range strike, probably try to toss these as far as I can into some type of static targets, like the battles that spawn in or whatever. So that's how I'll probably utilize this. But beyond that, we also have these glide bombs, which again we can use within double digits, right? Um, as well as these right here. And then we have the two GBU 24 Bravos, the bunker busters. So again, we'll probably just have to bomb toss these two and then bomb toss these two right here. These are IR, so they do have a little bit of forgiveness as far as like fire and forget. So does these. These are pretty much JDAMs. But again, I'm probably gonna have to toss these. Might have to emphasize the toss on these more than I have to emphasize the toss on the GBU 15s. But anyway, these right here on the bottom one, this is probably the most interesting one. It's kind of a asymmetrical loadout. I thought right here I will only be able to carry two, but apparently it is 8 bombs. Let me spawn in right quick. So, oh my gosh, come on. So here we have the obviously the AIM-9Ms on the outer pylons. Moving in where we have 6 um Mavericks, AGM-65s. Then we have the M120 Bravos. Then we have 8 with the on the conformal fuel tank. We have 8 GBU 39s on the conformal fuel tank. Then we have 4 more GBU 39s on the centerline pylon on the belly. Okay. Then on the moving forward, we have 2 AGM or AIM 120s on the fuel tank. So that's kind of to kind of like mirror the same thing, the similar weight on each pylon. So in total, we're carrying 4 radar missiles, 2 IR missiles, and then we're carrying 6 air to ground missiles along with do some quick math, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're carrying 12 in total. Um, my bad, I had a brain fart. 12 in total glide bombs, small diameter glide bombs. And so what this is going to allow me to do is pretty much I'm going to keep my distance. I have to get a little bit closer whenever I use the Mavericks, but I can defend myself. I can keep my distance. If they are pretty much pushing me in my spawn, I can just use these as kind of like a decoy. And have them to waste their missiles on these. If they don't, I'll get a free kill. Um, so that's the idea for this right here. And then obviously, if I can push in a little bit, if we have like air superiority, I can actually do a precision strike with all of my air to ground munitions, which I have a lot of air to ground munitions. Combining these Mavericks, which I can shoot at 50,000 feet away from the target, and then with these glide bombs, which I can pickle around, I want to say maybe 50 to 70 50 to 70 miles, I want to say. Somewhere around there. So we have a lot of ground that we can cover with this loadout right here, as far as multi-role. But right now, I'm just carrying this bomb, this loadout right here with the Mavericks and this one bomb. So I have a little bit of standoff as far as air to ground, and then I can get up close and personal with the Mavericks, and then I can also defend myself long range and close range. So this one is pretty much the ideal loadout as far as multi-role. I wouldn't really go with this right here anymore because again I only have two missiles, um, close range missiles. I have two Mavericks, and then I have a shitload of bombs that again I would probably just only use this if I want to attack one single point, one single static target. Um, kind of similar to like a cluster bomb effect, right? So that's the only time I would use this right here. This one right here, I kind of tweaked it a little bit. I gave it two AIM-120 Bravos and two C5s. So I can kind of utilize this for, again, you can see the name. It's a CCRP double tap. So the way I would kind of implement this is for one bomb for each of these bombs right here. So if I pickle this bomb right here off, I'm going to be a little bit closer. But if I do pickle this bomb right here off, I would pickle like maybe one or two of the GBU-39s. Same thing with this one right here. But the only difference is I have a lot more standoff capability with this bomb. Excuse me. I have a lot more standoff capability with this bomb versus this bomb right here. So, again, I still like this loadout right here. Good old dumb bombs. You know, you get close, and you can actually get BDA of the target, visual on the target. So this is pretty much the loadouts that I have right now for the F15, and I did a lot of uh yapping and rambling. So let's go ahead and get into a game here. Don't really have anything to take out as far as air to ground target. So let's just go ahead and take out a BVR, a loadout. And I'm gonna just do one sortie. Um Hopefully I can land, and then I'm gonna switch the stream over to a an armory forger stream. Maybe. Maybe. I might not. I don't know. Kinda tired. Let's go ahead and get the regular BVR loadout. I'm carrying this, normal loadout with um 6 missiles here. So we could take that one, or we could take this one, but we don't have any IR missiles. So yeah, we don't have one. Looks like I need to make another loadout because I don't have. I thought I had one. Cause this one has all this just straight air to air as far as radar. This one is the same. You can see this one right. I'm carrying a shit ton of fuel, but I'm also carrying a shit ton of missiles, and you can see I don't have any IR missiles on this. So the idea with this is I'm not looking for the dogfight. I'm looking to just be fast, stay fast, and run away. Use all my fuel, stay in the afterburner, and just run away. Maintenance is gonna hate me whenever I land, but hey, that's what it's got to be. This is pretty much the use case behind this loadout right here. So we're not going to take this one. It's not a lot of air-to-air action anyway right now. I'm looking for one that's kind of simple. And it's looking like I'm gonna have to take this one right here. So yeah, let's go ahead and take it. This is just a regular BVR loadout. So if I do make it to the merge, we have something to merge with. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to hit that one. Make sure I'm good to go here. All right, we're gonna go Buster here. There we go. Man, I just love the sheer speed of this F15, man. Get up nice and fast. So I'm still learning this aircraft. I haven't had too many dogfights in it yet. But what I've noticed is, man, you get into like a 25-degree climb, and this thing just loves it. You don't really need bags, but if you have them, you know, it does help, obviously, as far as like climbing. But with the F16, what I've noticed is if you got bags with the F16 and you merge, you're not gonna have a good time. You're going to compress. It feels like you compress a lot easier. But with the F15, obviously it makes things a little bit worse. But again, it's not. It feels like with the F15, it feels like it can take it. It feels like it was actually made to take it. You can see right now we're in a 20-degree climb right now, and we're accelerating into Mach 1.22 right now, going up to 35,000 feet. This thing can climb, man. Again, we have bags right now, and we're in afterburner. So I mean, this thing can really get up there. And you can see, you know, we kind of putting our nose down just by rolling on our side here. As soon as we get level with the clouds, we're gonna make this turn here, start banking, and let's get our radar on. And let's level out. And just put the aircraft in automatic leveling, and you can just cruise, bro. Like I'm gonna keep this 9 minutes of fuel because we're still on our side. So like if somebody just comes up and surprises me, I can just run away, man. We have the altitude for it. It's not a huge deal. And this is our airspace. This is the, like we. This is you know how we assert our dominance in the airspace here. You know, air superiority. Don't really see anything as of right now. So let's go ahead and go back to dampening so we can have a little bit more control of our ailerons here. And we got a radar blimp right here. This has got to be a player. I'm gonna go ahead and go for a B, and we're going to aggro this guy here. Looks like he's just taking off, so we're gonna wait until he gets inside of our no escape zone, which you can see on the right side, the bottom right side of our radar. I wonder if that actually corresponds to. Yep, it actually corresponds. So you can see right there, it's getting closer and closer into our NES. And here he is, Fox 3. He's kind of in a notch right now, so I'm just gonna give him something to think about. I'm gonna hold that lock, and then I'm just gonna drop down on top of him whenever I get a chance here. So I'm just gonna keep my radar looking in this direction. There he goes again, popping up. And I actually have a tally on him, so I'm gonna turn my radar off, and I'm just gonna go ahead and go full AB. We might have to go shotgun, so I'm going to go ahead and get my shotgun ready here. So when I terminology for shotgun, which pretty much means up close and personal, I'm going to go aim 9M. But the terminology for shotgun pretty much means I'm getting ready to use my ACM mode. So I'm getting ready to use my dogfight mode here if I have to. That's the shotgun. And so he's in these clouds right here. I don't see him anymore. Got tally again, and we are zooming right now. We're fucking out of here. Still got our bags, so we still need to burn and get these bags off in case we do merge. And because this guy is still on the notch, I'm not going to shoot at him again. Actually, I might. I might. Let's go ahead and shoot this other C5 at him. I can see his trail right now. Here we go. Fox 3. And I'm going to turn this my radar off, and we're going to go to shotgun again. Man, we're zooming, man. Mach 1.81. Okay, that was just an F4. Man, we're just fucking fast, dude. I love it. I love it. All right. So go ahead and start banking off to the left here, so we can um start finding a different target. And we are down to 4 AIM 120 Bravos. And let's go ahead and look for this target, this new target over here. 30 minutes on fuel. Yeah, you can see, like I was saying, there's not really much going on as far as air to air right now in this lobby. Game's about over. So we got another radar blip right here. Not sure what this is, but it doesn't look like a player. Not looking like a player. I'm just gonna go ahead and give him a Fox 3 here. Fox 3. And if I had to guess, I would say that that's probably just like a dirty missile or something. I don't know. Doesn't seem to be maneuvering or anything, so I can't pull up the scoreboard, so I can't really see if there's anybody on the other team actively playing right now, but 22 minutes on fuel, so we're gonna have to start heading back. Going back to our side here. Let's do one last sweep. Yeah, this G lock the aircraft here. Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing in the airspace. So it's kind of boring, you know. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to I'm gonna go back to base, and then I'm going to probably just load up some armor reforger, play a little bit of armor, because this is kind of under. Oh nope, we got a MiG-29 nails right now. Let's go ahead and get our altitude back and get in our fighting stance here. Yep, he's got me spiked now. There he is on RWR. Fox 3, and I'm going to go ahead and defend here. I'm going to try to make this dynamic as possible here. And let's get down from here. Missile just went pitbull, so I'm going to go ahead and defend down cold. I'm going to commit. Yeah, I'm just going to commit. I'm not going to go cold. I'm just going to commit. Try to make this dynamic, since there's nothing really happening now. Definitely push them defensive, so. Oh shit, he's somewhere right here in front of me. Oh my god, I was not expecting him to be right there. That's a GG. I'm going to go ahead and call it. that was kind of unfortunate how that turned out to be because I thought I had him defensive and I didn't have a tally on him, so I thought I could just push him. But anyway, I'm gonna jump on some Armory Forger and I see y'all over there.